Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar and with me is Abhineet Shukla with the evening news. The headlines. Star shuttler PV Sindhu creates history by becoming the first Indian woman to bag medal in two Olympics, defeats China's He Bingjiao in the women's singles to clinch bronze at the Tokyo Olympics. India storms into semi-finals in the men's hockey after 4 decades, defeating Great Britain 3-1. Centre says more than 49 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses provided to states and union territories so far. National recovery rate of COVID-19 stands at 97.36%. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launches several development projects in Uttar Pradesh, says central government believes in taking care of poor and downtrodden people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment tomorrow. India takes over presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of August. And gross GST collection in July crosses 1,16,000 crore rupees, indicating speedy recovery of economy. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask. Maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Star Indian shuttler PV Sindhu created history today by becoming the first Indian woman to win 2 consecutive individual Olympic medals. Sindhu defeated He Bingjiao of China in straight games in women's singles category to clinch the bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics.
She's done it. Pusarla Venkata Sindhu, her second Olympic medal in the women's singles. A bronze medal in Tokyo 2020.
She had won silver at the Rio Olympics in 2016 after losing to Spain's Carolina Marin in the final. Sindhu dominated Bingjiao 21-13, 21-15 in the bronze medal match as she shook off the disappointment of losing the semi-final to Chinese Taipei's Tai Zhu-Ying yesterday. Shuttler Shen Yufei of China bagged the gold medal after defeating Tai Zhu-Ying 21-18, 19-21, 21-18 in the women's singles final today. Tai Zhu-Ying settled for the silver medal. Besides Sindhu, wrestler Sushil Kumar is the only other Indian athlete to win 2 individual medals at the Olympic Games. Indian men's hockey team has scripted another history by storming into the Olympic semi-finals after 4 decades. It happened after the Indian men defeated Great Britain 3-1 in a quarter-final match today. Dilpreet Singh, Gurjant Singh and Hardik Singh scored goals for India. In the semi-finals, India will take on Belgium. India has secured second place in Pool A by winning 4 out of the 5 matches. Earlier in the day, Indian boxer Satish Kumar lost to Bakhuddir Jalolov of Uzbekistan in the quarter-final of the men's super heavy plus 91 kg category. In the discus throw yesterday, Kamalpreet Kaur with a throw of 64 meters stood second among 31 others to book a final berth through automatic qualification. American Valerie Allman with a throw of 66.42 meters stood at the top position. Kamalpreet will be in action tomorrow in the final of the women's discus throw event at 4:30 p.m. Indian women's hockey team defeated South Africa in a power game 4-3 yesterday. In the other group match, defending champions Great Britain defeated Ireland 2-0. That result left India 4th in the group and set them up for a clash against Australia tomorrow in the quarter-finals at 8:30 a.m. Indian runner Dutee Chand will participate in the women's 200 meters race at 7:25 a.m. tomorrow, while shooter APS Tomar will try his luck in the men's 50-meter rifles 3 position at 8 a.m. In the women's shot put event today, LJ Gong of China bagged gold by throwing 20.58 meters. R. Saunders of United States won silver medal 19.79 meters and V. Adams of New Zealand secured bronze covering 19.62 meters in the shot put event. Defending champion Elaine Thompson Hera led home a Jamaican clean sweep in the women's 100 meters final, posting an amazing 10.61 seconds to become the second fastest woman in history at the Tokyo Olympic Stadium yesterday. Her compatriot Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce, who had been seeking a third gold in the event, took silver in 10.74, with Sharika Jackson on the third spot with 10.76. President Ramnath Kovind and Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has congratulated ace shuttler PV Sindhu for winning bronze medal and bringing glory to India. In a tweet, Mr. Kovind said she has set a new yardstick of consistency, dedication and excellence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also congratulated ace shuttler PV Sindhu. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said they are all elated by the stellar performance of PV Sindhu. The Prime Minister said she is India's pride and one of our most outstanding Olympians. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has congratulated ace shuttler PV Sindhu for winning bronze medal in the Tokyo Olympics. In a tweet, Mr. Thakur said Sindhu dominated the game and made history. He said India is proud of PV Sindhu.
She has done it twice over, and she is the second athlete who has done so, and she has made the India proud. And I'm sure many more will get inspiration from her performance. She has been dominating today, and all I can say is one after another, whether it was Mirabai Chand or it is PV Sindhu, and we are expecting one more from Lavlina as well. So many more to come. My heartfelt congratulations to PV Sindhu, and she has made the India proud.
P.V. Ramana, the proud father of PV Sindhu, who claims the bronze medal in badminton at the Tokyo Olympics, has expressed happiness that his daughter brought name and fame to the country.
The government today said that more than 3 crore unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories and private hospitals to be administered. Union Health Ministry said more than 49 crore 49 lakh vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. The ministry said over 8 lakh doses are in the pipeline. The new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccination commenced from the 21st of June this year. The vaccination drive has been ramped up through availability of more vaccines, advanced visibility of vaccine availability to states and UTs for enabling better planning by them and streamlining the vaccine supply chain. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, government has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. Under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive, so far more than 47 crore 2 lakh doses have been administered in the country. The Health Ministry said in the last 24 hours, more than 60 lakh vaccine doses were administered. During the same period, over 39,000 patients recovered. COVID-19 recovery rate today stands at 97.36%. Till now, more than 3 crore 8 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. India reported over 41,831 new cases in the last 24 hours. The active case load in the country is now more than 4,10,000. Active cases constitute 1.30% of total cases. Daily case positivity rate is at 2.34%, remaining below 5%. 541 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours.
The Tamil Nadu government has made it mandatory for people arriving from the neighbouring state of Kerala to have the RT-PCR test negative report. The move is aimed at containing the spread of COVID-19. Talking to media persons in Chennai today, State Health Minister Ma Subramaniam said the new regulation comes into effect from the 5th of this month. He said the collectors of all the districts situated in the state along the Kerala border have been informed about the decision. More from our correspondent.
Tamil Nadu also witnesses marginal increase in new cases for the past few days, leading the government to take more precautions. The State Health Minister Ma Subramanian clarified that those travellers from Kerala who have completed 14 days since the immunization for COVID with both the doses are exempted from the RT-PCR norm. In addition, the shops in the famous markets in Chennai, where more crowds normally gather, have been asked to down their shutters until further orders. Big temples where people visit in thousands have also been made out of bounds for devotees, where only the pujas by the temple priests are allowed. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
Kerala continued to report a surge in COVID cases as the state confirmed 20,728 new positive cases today. The test positivity rate in the state stands at 12.14% at present. Over 1,70,000 samples were tested in the last 24 hours. 56 deaths were confirmed due to COVID-19 today, taking the total death toll to 16,837. 17,792 people recovered from the coronavirus infection. At present, a total of 1,67,379 people are undergoing COVID treatment in the state. The central team deployed to assess the COVID situation in the state will hold discussions with top officials in Thiruvananthapuram tomorrow. Today, the team visited COVID treatment centres at Kozhikode and Pathanamthitta districts and took stock of the situation. Meanwhile, the full weekend lockdown restrictions continued in the state today as well in view of the rising COVID cases. Only essential services were allowed to function throughout the state.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19 tonight. Assistant Professor of Medicine in Patna Medical College, Dr. Abhay Sinha will participate in the discussion. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free number 1800-115767 and on telephone number 011-2331-4444. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts by #AskAIR. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.nic.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. The COVID helpline numbers are available on our website newsonair.gov.in. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today said Prime Minister Narendra Modi understands the need of the people of Uttar Pradesh and has done a lot for the state. Mr. Shah was addressing a public gathering at Mirzapur district in Uttar Pradesh this afternoon. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government in the centre believes in taking care of poor and downtrodden people. He said the union government has made reservation in medical seats for other backward classes and economically weaker section of the society. The Home Minister said, Mr. Shah said, several welfare schemes have been started by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath-led BJP government in the state and people are being benefited from them.
उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर जब से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनी, योगी आदित्यनाथ जी इसके मुखिया बने, ढेर सारे काम हुए और आज यहाँ पर मंदिर पराकोट का निर्माण, परिक्रमा पथ का निर्माण, रोड व मेन गेट की व्यवस्था है, मंदिर के गलियों के फसाद ट्रीटमेंट का कार्यक्रम, मां विंध्यवासिनी को आने जाने वालों को जोड़ने का, रोड जोड़ने का कार्यक्रम, विंध्याचल मेरा परिक्षेत्र में पार्किंग, शॉपिंग सेंटर, कई प्रकार की व्यवस्थाएं आज यहाँ पर शुरू होने जा रही है.
He said, with the support of the people, BJP won in 2014 and 2019 general elections and 2017 assembly polls in the state. The Home Minister said, the people of Uttar Pradesh have faith in BJP and are always with the party. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Union Minister Anupriya Patel were also present at the event. The Union Home Minister launched several development projects in the state. He laid the foundation stone for Vindhyachal Corridor project and inaugurated a ropeway in Mirzapur. During his visit, he also offered prayers at the Vindhyavasini temple. Mr. Shah also offered prayers at Kashi Vishwanath temple in Varanasi. Earlier in the day, the Home Minister laid the foundation stone of Uttar Pradesh Institute of Forensic Sciences in Pipasand area at Sarojini Nagar in Lucknow.
Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has informed that a sum of 660 crore rupees will be released to take up relief measures in areas hit by incessant rain and floods recently in the state. Speaking to media persons after holding a meeting with secretaries from various departments, the Chief Minister said that the Public Works Department will be provided 510 crore rupees to take up the restoration work. Apart from that, another 150 crore rupees will be released from the NDRF fund to take up restoration of public property immediately. He said that 446 villages in 13 districts were affected due to rain and flood, leading to the death of 13 persons and one missing. He said water has still not receded from many agriculture fields and rural areas. The Chief Minister said officials have been asked to complete the survey of crops, houses, bridges and roads damaged by rain. He added that the Union Home Ministers were requested by him to send a central team to assess the damages due to rain. Those who lost houses completely in the calamity will be compensated with 5 lakh rupees. Those with partial damage will get 3 lakh rupees and minor damaged houses will get 50,000 rupees compensation. In Himachal Pradesh, all 372 people, including tourists, have been evacuated from the Lahaul-Spiti district today, who were stranded in the area following landslides and flash floods the state witnessed recently. In its day-long sorties, the choppers today evacuated 19 stranded people from Lahaul Valley and dropped them at Kulu, from where they have been sent to their destinations by road.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Star shuttler PV Sindhu creates history by becoming the first Indian woman to bag medal in two Olympics, defeats China's He Bingjiao in women's singles to clinch bronze at Tokyo Olympics. India storms into semi-finals in men's hockey after 4 decades, defeating Great Britain 3-1. Centre says more than 49 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses provided to states and union territories so far. National recovery rate of COVID-19 stands at 97.36%. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launches several development projects in Uttar Pradesh, says central government believes in taking care of poor and downtrodden people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment, tomorrow. India takes over presidency of United Nations Security Council for the month of August. Gross GST collection in July crosses 1,16,000 crore rupees, indicating speedy recovery of economy. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the evening news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment tomorrow through video conferencing. Mr. Modi has always championed the digital initiatives. e-Rupee, a person and purpose specific digital payment solution, is a QR code or SMS string-based e-voucher which is delivered to the mobile of the beneficiaries.
e-Rupee has been developed by National Payments Corporation of India on its UPI platform in collaboration with the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and National Health Authority. The users of this seamless one-time payment mechanism will be able to redeem the voucher without a card, digital payments app or internet banking access at the service provider. Over the years, several programs have been launched to ensure that the benefits reach its intended beneficiaries in a targeted and leak-proof manner with a limited touch points between the government and the beneficiary. The concept of electronic voucher takes forward this vision of good governance. It's a revolutionary initiative in the direction of ensuring a leak-proof delivery of welfare services. It can also be used for delivering services under schemes meant for providing drugs and nutritional support under mother and child welfare schemes, TB eradication programs, drugs and diagnostics under schemes like Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana and fertilizer subsidies. The private sector can also leverage these digital vouchers as part of their employee welfare on corporate social responsibility programs. Ravi Kumar, AIR News Desk.
India today took over the presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of August. External Affairs Ministry said India's vision has been steered by dialogue and cooperation, mutual respect and commitment to international law. In its presidency, India will be guided by the principles of transparency, credibility, accountability and effectiveness. Maritime security, peacekeeping and counter-terrorism will be the focus areas for India during its presidency. The minister said, as a founding member of the UN, India is committed to multilateralism, rule of law and fair and equitable international system.
President Ramnath Kovind is embarking on a 3-day official visit to Tamil Nadu from tomorrow. Coinciding with the centenary celebrations of the State Legislative Assembly, he is scheduled to unveil the portrait of former Chief Minister and DMK's patriarchal leader M. Karunanidhi in its premises. Later, he will attend a function in the Defence Services Staff College at Wellington in the Nilgiris district on Wednesday. A special CBI court has sentenced 2 people to 7 years imprisonment for rigging a police recruitment test conducted by the Madhya Pradesh Professional Examination Board in 2013, better known by its Hindi acronym VYAPAM. The VYAPAM scam involved fraud in Madhya Pradesh Professional Examination Board that was unearthed in 2013. It involved 13 different exams conducted by VYAPAM for the selection of medical students and the state government employees.
Maharashtra has reported the first ever case of Zika virus after a patient was found affected with the disease in Pune district. According to the State Health Department, the woman who was infected with Zika has completely recovered and no one in her family has any symptoms. Our correspondent has filed this report.
The Zika virus case is reported for the first time from Maharashtra. Blood samples of 50-year-old resident tested positive for Zika chikungunya co-infection at Indian Council of Medical Research, National Institute of Virology in Pune late on Friday. According to State Surveillance Officer Pradeep Aute, after detection of Zika, the state surveillance machinery intensified fever surveillance in surrounding villages where the woman resides with her family. He confirmed that the housewife has no travel history. She had the onset of symptoms on July 14. She completely recovered and has no symptoms as of now. Also, no family member has any symptoms too. Nivedita, AIR News, Mumbai.
The gross GST revenue collected in July crossed 1,16,000 crore rupees. The finance minister said it indicates that the economy is recovering at a fast pace and the robust GST revenues are likely to continue in the coming months too. The revenues for the month of July 2021 are 33% higher than the GST revenues in the same month last year. GST collection, after posting above 1 lakh crore mark for 8 months in a row, dropped below 1 lakh crore last month. With the easing out of COVID restrictions, GST collection for July has again crossed 1 lakh crore rupees. The gross GST collected in July was 1,16,393 crore rupees, of which the CGST is 22,197 crore rupees, SGST is 28,541 crore rupees, and IGST is 57,864 crore rupees. This includes 27,900 crore rupees collected on import of goods and the cess is 7,790 crore rupees.
In the run-up to Independence Day, we bring you stories on sectors which have made major impact on the lives of citizens. In this series, today we bring you a report on the health sector. In the last 7 years, government has taken major steps to provide affordable and quality healthcare to the people. The world's largest vaccination drive is going on in the country and the nation has so far administered over 46 crore 72 lakh COVID vaccines to the people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had on June this year announced that government will provide free vaccines to all citizens above 18 years of age.
सभी नागरिकों के लिए भारत सरकार राज्यों को मुफ्त वैक्सीन मुहैया कराएगी। वैक्सीन निर्माताओं से कुल वैक्सीन उत्पादन का 75% हिस्सा भारत सरकार खुद ही खरीदकर राज्य सरकारों को मुफ्त देगी। यानी देश की किसी भी राज्य सरकार को वैक्सीन पर कुछ भी खर्च नहीं करना होगा। अब तक देश के करोड़ों लोगों को मुफ्त वैक्सीन मिली है। अब 18 वर्ष की आयु के लोग भी इसमें जुड़ जाएंगे। सभी देशवासियों के लिए भारत सरकार ही मुफ्त वैक्सीन उपलब्ध करवाएगी।
Our correspondent reports that government has made every endeavor so that people can avail affordable healthcare services despite the ongoing pandemic.
Centre has taken several historic decisions in the last few years which proved instrumental in creating the modern healthcare system. Ayushman Bharat has proven to be a lifeline for poor people. Around 10.74 crore poor and vulnerable families are entitled for health cover of 5 lakh rupees per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. The use of telemedicine has been promoted in a big way. eSanjeevani, a web-based comprehensive telemedicine solution, is being utilized to extend the reach of specialized healthcare services to masses in both rural areas and isolated communities. Women and child healthcare is one of the key focus areas of the government. To provide healthy nutrition and treatment to women and children, several schemes like Poshan Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan were initiated, which resulted in low maternal and child mortality rate. Suparna Saikia, AIR News, Delhi.
Muslim Women Rights Day was observed today by different organizations across the country. Union Ministers Smriti Irani, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi and Bhupinder Yadav attended the Muslim Women Rights Day program held in New Delhi. The ministers also interacted with several triple talaq victim Muslim women. Addressing the Muslim women on the occasion, Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani said, 1st of August is a day to salute the struggle of Muslim women against triple talaq. She said, the government will work to encourage entrepreneurship among the Muslim women. On the occasion, Environment Minister Bhupinder Yadav said, the government has been working to ensure dignity and empowerment of women from every section of the society. He said, the government has ensured dignity of Muslim women by bringing the law against triple talaq. Mr. Yadav said that the government has always worked for welfare of the needy. Speaking on the occasion, Minority Affairs Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that the law against triple talaq has proven to be a big reform to ensure constitutional rights of Muslim women, which has shown better results. He said there is a significant decline in triple talaq cases across the country after the law came into effect.
A hotline was established between Indian Army at Kongrala in North Sikkim and People's Liberation Army at Khamba Zong in Tibetan Autonomous Region. This will further the spirit of trust and cordial relations along the borders. The event coincided with the PLA Day today. The Defence Ministry said the armed forces of the two countries have well-established mechanisms for communication at ground commanders level. These hotlines in various sectors go a long way in enhancing the same and maintaining peace and tranquility at the borders. The inauguration was attended by group commanders of the respective armies. A message of friendship and harmony was also exchanged through the hotline. In a significant boost to connectivity between India and Bangladesh, a goods train loaded with stone chips in 30 wagons arrived at Chilahati in Bangladesh from India this afternoon through the Haldibari-Chilahati route. The train was dispatched from Damdin station of the Northeast Frontier Railway last night. This rail route has been revived 56 years after being discontinued during the India-Pakistan War of 1965. The Haldibari-Chilahati rail line was inaugurated on 17th December last year during the virtual summit between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Commodities such as stones and boulders, food grain, fresh fruits, chemical fertilizer, onion, chilies, garlic, ginger, fly ash, clay, limestone, wood and timber, among others, can be exported from India to Bangladesh through this rail route. All exportable commodities are permitted to be carried on this route from Bangladesh to India. The Haldibari-Chilahati rail link is the fifth rail link made operational between India and Bangladesh. Apart from this, Petropol, Benapol, Gede Darshana, Singhabad, Rohanpur and Radhikapur Birol routes are also currently operational. And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi is likely to experience generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The temperature will hover between 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature will be 27 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be around 32 degrees. Chennai is expected to have generally cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 25 and 35 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with one or two spells of rain or thunder showers. City will observe a minimum temperature of 28 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 34 degrees. Srinagar will experience partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. Temperature will hover between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. Jammu will also likely to have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. Minimum temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Leh is expected to have generally cloudy sky. Minimum and maximum temperature will be between 12 and 26 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky. Temperature will hover between 21 and 35 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will experience partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. Minimum temperature will be 23 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with one or two spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature will be 27 degrees, maximum around 33 degrees. Imphal will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Shillong will experience generally cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Temperature will hover between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius. Aizawl, Kohima, Itanagar and Gangtok will experience generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Temperature will hover between 18 and 21 degrees Celsius. Agartala will have generally cloudy sky with one or two spells of rain or thunder showers. Temperature will hover between 26 and 31 degrees Celsius. Ranchi will have generally cloudy sky with one or two spells of rain or thunder showers. City will observe a minimum temperature of 23 degrees and a maximum of around 28 degrees. While Bengaluru will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Temperature will hover between 21 and 29 degrees Celsius. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Star shuttler PV Sindhu creates history by becoming the first Indian woman to bag medal in two Olympics, defeats China's He Bingjiao in women's singles to clinch the bronze at Tokyo Olympics. India storms into semi-finals in the men's hockey after 4 decades, defeating Great Britain 3-1. Centre says more than 49 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses provided to states and union territories so far. National recovery rate of COVID-19 stands at 97.36%. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launches several development projects in Uttar Pradesh, says central government believes in taking care of poor and downtrodden people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment tomorrow. India takes over presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of August, and gross GST collection in July crosses 1,16,000 crore rupees, indicating speedy recovery of the economy. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.